I know. I'm sure you guys have missed me over the last couple of days. I know some of you really wanted me to keep streaming over the weekend, but I needed to catch up on some rest, especially knowing that poor little Alice here is one of the few people we can actually speak to who's in the Scions, because if you remember back to the previous story, we lost quite a lot of them by a mysterious force who decided to have his way with our minds. And in so doing, our numbers have been dwindled significantly. Certainly not a good thing to happen, especially as we're getting ever closer to the end of Stormblood's main story. So hey there, Samantha, Nate, Miguel, Lou, I'd Cabbage, Emily, and to everyone else that's logging on, we're glad to have you with us here tonight. So, greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here at Novara Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood Live. We're back here at the Rising Storms in Mordona with our Warrior of Light Corinne Loren as we begin patch 4.5's main story, Part 1. If you remember back to A Realm Reborn and to Heaven's Ward, the last patch of an expansion in Final Fantasy XIV's main story is always broken up into two parts. Tonight, things are a little different because we're getting this, I'd say, a week early because of the fact that Heaven's Turn, the Chinese New Year event in Final Fantasy XIV, is still ongoing. And so, as a result, we're getting this a little early, but I would say after taking a look at this earlier today, before I went to work, I think it was definitely good that they gave this to us early, because from what I've seen so far, we certainly have a lot to look forward to. And speaking of which, we have a lot to look forward to in terms of information, hopefully, from Miss Alice. So, let's go ahead and speak with her to take on our first story quest for patch 4.5 entitled Soul Searching. Alice is at her wit's end.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news.
Oh no?
After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring.
Yeah, physical uses probably not gonna work.
Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Elfino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Yeah, perhaps our answer has come to us. Hey there, Kryl. It's been a while.
Kryl, I thought you busy delving into the mysteries of Eureka.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow Scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Are you that willing to throw yourself into the danger that we find ourselves currently in?
Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Kryl. We would welcome your insight.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
Speech?
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
Yeah, that sounds like him, alright. Hey Elizabeth, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Yeah, Corinne's there like, what?
Well, that particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
He certainly has.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault, but I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone.
Well, Corinne has never been alone in that
a certain
aspect.
Someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
I guess. Hey Sabrina, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. And Ichigo.
Right, I'd better have a
as
look at
well.
our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
And so away she goes. And so, as Alice saying, Corinne, chill out for a while. And we take a look at the former members of the Crystal Braves who are still with us, chilling out as well. Yeah. Crowd comes with her assessments.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep.
Obviously not.
Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
Yes, she did.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes? If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
Oh, that's going a while back.
I wasn't
City
around
puts
for
a
that,
smile on her face.
but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So, I suggest we pay her a visit.
Yep, we're heading back into Heaven's Ward territory. And away the ladies go. So, off it is to a little place that they call Idleshire. Yeah, no lack of fun around here. And we'll see what happens as we make our way to visit a lady that we have not visited in some time. We gotta go back to the cave in the hinterlands where she chills out with her frogs and her enchanted brooms. In the driving rain, no less. But that's what we gotta do if we want to make our way to where we need to go. Yeah, not easy to ride on Kieran through a rainstorm, but it's gotta be done if we're gonna hopefully get some answers on what are we gonna do with the Scions being unconscious. Hey Yami, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Ride the unicorn. Does Kieran necessarily count as a unicorn though? Because yeah, Kieran is certainly bright and shiny, but a unicorn? Yeah, as you can see, we gotta go chill out where all these other people are. Yeah, Alice stays in there somewhere. I heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us. And so, away she goes, and so do we. Double-barreled, huh? As we return to Matoya's cave. Yeah, we're back.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems.
We only come seeking your wisdom.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
We just came out of the rain. Way to rub it in.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders. Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
Well,
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
yeah. Let's explain the situation and why we need it to be used.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she?
Yes, she is.
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
That's the spirit. And now she goes to go and pick up her crystal eye. Sadly, it doesn't leave a glow when you get access to it. So now that we have it, let's
Right.
see what we can get.
Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
And so as we gaze intently at Kral's efforts, come on, Kral, you can do it. Uh-oh.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryle, what did you see?
Yeah, tell us.
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Uh-oh.
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the Broodmother's daughter all over again.
Yeah, Broodmother's daughter.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Yeah, that part. Gotta go a while back to remember that.
Jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
But where?
Yeah, where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
So is there anything we can do? Yeah, we're all looking pretty depressed, us ladies.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes?
Oh.
I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way.
Oh, what's going on over there now?
That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them. I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Yeah.
Go, child, go. You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
Yeah, we gotta go. But before we do...
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Yeah, and so Latoya uses her creepy hand to get the broom up and running again.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting at shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
And so now that we have our final words of wisdom, away we go. Hey Yami, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. So let's go ahead and speak with Alice to complete challenge number 1. So that was the one who tamed Y'shtola. I had the distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino is back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. If you want them, by all means. In the meantime, we'll take our 1,331 gil for completing challenge number 1. Stand strong and do not fight! As a fellow Azure Dragoon does a victory lap for us. But let's move on, as we move on to the next quest entitled A Defector's Tidings. The news from Alamigo has left Alice in a state of nervous excitement. I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? Lise would have said, unless... There's no point speculating. Lise said she notified the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate in the Alamigan quarter. I'll be praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphino's plight and leave the search for our friends' lost souls to me. Yeah, Carl's in there somewhere too. And once we get our assurances from Kryl... Yeah, come on, Alice. We have got to get going. So off to the Alamigan quarter we go. Oh, I did? You know, I'm just really into things right now because everything is so intense in this patch. Which you guys will see as we go along. Because, yeah, Maxima and his delegation have returned without Alphino, obviously. So we have to wait for the gate guard to spawn. The resistance guard right here. Yeah, there you are. Greetings, Scions. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in? Yes, you may. Oh, hey there, Mira. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Well, there they are. And there's Maxima himself. Chilling out with Lisa and Raubon. Hey, you two.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Hello there
we meet
again.
again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
Me too.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events.
Yeah, give him a chance to do so.
Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Scions.
Yeah, you remember those guys, right?
This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Yeah, he's still out there
Well.
somewhere.
At least he's not lying in a heap in the burn.
Sigh of relief.
Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
Yes, indeed. Good thing we already know you
I'm
from
not inclined
before.
to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you.
Go right
During
ahead.
the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Uh-oh.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
That's not good.
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
We've
What are we
barely
gonna
even
do?
begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
No,
And who knows how many they
they
have.
won't. Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on! No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing
Negotiations?
proceedings take as long as possible.
These are the Guardians we're talking about. You sure they're gonna
Would
want
you
to talk?
and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hier know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
consider it done. We'll send word when...
Yeah, you'll send word after you've re-experienced this.
Sorrow must
Remember
be
this as well?
changed.
What caused the Scions to start collapsing?
Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
And thankfully, Alice does not collapse.
You heard it too.
Of course she did.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
For now.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
If we can. Like, we both got mind raped again. So yeah, gotta talk with Alice again. So, Alphen is safe. For the present at least. Now all we need to worry about is a full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lise tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave. And we'll go ahead and hook up with them there. And so off we go to said Doman Enclave. Where not that long ago we helped to rebuild the place to 100% completion. And got to enjoy a wonderful ceremony once it was successful. Hey Karubi, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Yep, new content just came out today. Gotta go speak with Hien himself in order to get what we need. So let's go ahead and speak with the guardsman. I see you have tidings to Lord Hien. May I show you in? By all means, please do. Yeah, so here's Hien, accompanied by Tansui of the Confederacy, a representative of the Kojin. Sirena of the Mole is, of course, here on behalf of the Osnim Steppe. But these people, these guys are not people we're necessarily familiar with. An emissary from Nangsha and a Dalmascan Fusilier. What brings the two of you here? The fall of Rabanasta was not the end of our nation. We who survived retreated underground and have been gathering strength to mount a counteroffensive. Dalmasca will rise again. And what about this Nangshan emissary? I am come to represent the lands of Nangsha. Long have we struggled in the defiance of the Empire, just waiting for such an opportunity as this alliance presents. And so now we got to know them a little bit more. Lord Hien? Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of our newly formed alliance. Yeah, of course, you already know these people. The Kojin and the Confederacy you already know. And it was your own strength of arms that won us the cooperation of the steppe tribes. We've also been joined by our neighbors from Nangsha and the indomitable citizens of Dalmasca, though the scattered nature of the latter's resistance will somewhat delay their official induction. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose, to stand against the tyranny of the Gallian Empire. I'm glad to see your alliance is coming together so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. Yes, indeed, Lord Hien. Yeah, let's tell you why we need your strength. I thank you for bringing me news of Alphino. His fate is never far from my thoughts, and not only because he is our emissary. As for this sudden deployment of Imperial forces, I agree that Alamigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from our shinobi indicates a massing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain that the Empire is poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea. And I would help deflect that blow, but I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place. The all-important Alakan energy barrier. Yeah, that's right. That Ishtola helped to build. Ah, the energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious. A name drawn from the four lords of legend. Perhaps Sirius Aegis or some such. Well, just a thought. The Ironworks engineers report that they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to the testing stage. Well, that's good. Have you come to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protected Lazislav firsthand, and I would be interested to hear how you think ours compares. Well, actually, it wasn't Karen who had that opportunity. But still, we'll come along. I will come too if you don't mind. Though I am no Ishtola, I may be able to offer some insight. Of course, time being of the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn. Yugiri, I leave you and Hokuro to bring the War Council to a close. Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready, my lord. Wear the storms. And so we'll take our 2,823 gil for completing this challenge, plus choice of food. The only one that's going to help me here is the ginger salad, because it has determination on it, and none of the other foodstuffs offer that, so this is what I'll take. Stand strong and do not fight.